I mean, or you were born schizophrenia.
Multiple personalities.
Yeah.
Multiple personalities.
They're all the same personality. You just have many of them.
What is my alter ego's name?
Jeff.
The equestrian.
Wait. The
Jeff
important part. The important part is it Jeff with a G?
It's like GEOFF.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There you go.
G-off.
That's
What
how-
is Jeff like?
He's nice.
Walker
No
sounds
one
like
likes
this.
him.
Jeff sounds like this.
Tina sounds like this. Dina sounds like this.
All right, we're gonna hop right into this. I think this is. I'm feeling this is gonna be a good one today, guys. Steve's wearing.
Yeah.
Along.
Well, we'll see where it goes.
Yeah.
We're
I
gonna
think
see.
it goes where it goes.
It goes where it goes.
That's very true.
All right,
Yeah.
here we go. Hello, everybody, and welcome to a dreary, sort of rainy, muggy, kind of humid, but not exactly rainy, because when I walked here, it wasn't raining, but everything's wet and muddy.
It's faux drizzling, in the words of Snoop Dogg.
Faux drizzling edition of the WIU podcast. This is episode 3 of season 2 at this point.
Heyo.
I am your fearless leader, host, grand master Walker Ford, producer
Wow,
of this
way
podcast.
to get like the communist and the KKK.
It's all
going to
come. It's all gonna come full circle because we're gonna go back to the communist part later. Also, I am from 6 to 8 progressions on Fridays, and that's about it. We have someone who hasn't been here for season 2 yet.
Woo.
Go ahead and tell us about yourself.
All right, so for those who don't know, my name is Malusi Kitchen. Sports director here at WIUP-FM 90.1. We have a football game today, so I'm really excited about that. Unless it stops raining, which I don't think it will.
You're excited unless it stops raining.
Yeah. I really don't like the rain because then they're going to have to brave through some very, very
Well, no, you
harsh
just said
rain.
you're excited unless it stops raining. So if it stops raining, you won't be excited
I'll still be
anymore.
excited, but my excitement will go through the roof if it stops raining.
His excitement will increase
Yeah.
exponentially.
But, been here at the station for 4 years now, and I couldn't be happier to be back here on season 2.
I couldn't be happier too. Welcome back.
Thank you, man. Thank you. I
Moving
appreciate
on.
it.
Yes. On to me. Hello, everyone. My name is Steve Pharrell. I'm the station manager of 90.1 WIUP-FM, and I would like to clarify that WIUP-FM does not support the Communist Party, nor do we support the KKK. I
I didn't
am the
say
host.
we were supporting them.
I mean, you called yourself the Grand Wizard, so
Grandmaster.
Grand Wizard.
whatever.
I am Grand
Yeah,
Wizard.
where did you get that
Thank you for
from?
bringing that up.
yeah. And I also host the Median Mix Thursdays 2 to 4.
You know what else you
Yeah.
do?
What do I do?
You hold the microphone.
Well,
There's a
it's like-
stand there for a
it's like
reason.
kinda
Here.
like
Let me help you.
So hi, I'm Nick Eiginger,
Hi, Nick
also known
Eiginger,
as
I'm
DJ Ike. I am the better median mix, Fridays 2 to 4. So listen in. Don't do
And
that.
listen,
with
we
the-
shall.
Yeah, there you go.
Nick, I have a question for you regarding the Median Mix. In recent years, you like to do a theme for
Yes.
each of your shows.
Yeah, do you have one this year?
Do
I
you
don't.
have one?
I don't have a theme
Are
this
you looking
semester.
for
Wait,
one?
do you know what his
I don't
theme is?
know.
What, not having a theme.
Good one.
There you go.
Steve,
I
you just
mean,
blew
I
my
had a
mind.
themed show last week, so I might keep trying to do that if I go every other week, with a themed show instead of having a blank of the week. So for those of you who didn't listen,
Are you? I have an idea.
I was
going
going to say, for those of you who didn't listen, last Friday,
Oh,
my
yeah.
show, every single song had some sort of grunt or an onomatopoeia in it. So a lot of them went like ah or ooh or oh. And some of them were super repetitive. So one of them, the choruses was like oh. There was one that was Switchfoot Meant to Live, where it only happened once, but it was like and it was funny, so I put it in.
And that you didn't play any Pearl Jam.
I didn't play any Pearl Jam.
That was like your number one
Pearl
opportunity.
Jam. It was. I missed an opportunity.
Yellow
but there's room
Ledbetter.
for improvement.
The lyrics are really
so-
just.
They're just grunts. I have a
Should
suggestion
have done Smells Like Teen Spirit.
for theme, Nick.
Nirvana.
What?
I was thinking of this the other day. Songs in which the title is a question.
Oh.
What's up? What's
The
up?
last one has to be by Yes. The last
Oh,
song is by
yeah.
Yes, so it's answering all the questions.
Hey, well, you can collaborate with our good friend Eric Axon, who's a
Oh,
yes
oh
maniac.
yeah.
He'll be able to give you the entire history of the band 3 times over. And
I
tell
only
you
have
different
2
stories
hours
The
on my
answer-
show,
the answer to
guys.
all of those questions is the entire history of Yes,
Yes.
spoken by Eric.
Yes.
Thrice.
Yes. We introduced everyone, right? All right, we're good. So today we're gonna talk about Apple
Yeah.
because
do
okay, so
their
there was
stock went down.
Which
After the
yeah.
horrible invention
So-
that they just brought out, I wouldn't be surprised.
Okay, we're gonna get to
I'm
specifically that. Let me pull up the list of everything.
I'm
so
excited. I'm in the dark about this. Like, I really didn't care about
Oh
the,
God.
the conference.
Yeah.
I really want to know what this Apple Pen thing does.
It's a pencil. It's not a pen.
You
Well,
didn't
yeah,
miss
it's
much, man.
All right.
Even better.
You
We're
didn't miss
saving that
much.
for last, though. I'm just gonna go down the
Okay.
list here if this
Fair
ever
enough.
loads, which it should, hopefully. Give me a second, guys. Kill time while my phone tries to connect.
So
to the
for those
internet.
of you at home, while we're trying to look it up, pause this podcast, or don't pause it because I guess we're rambling. But like, look up the video of them unveiling this pencil and just, oh my,
Lie.
it's awkward.
I have the list. Okay, so first off, the most predictable thing that you could imagine to come from an Apple event, iPhone, next iPhone, iPhone 6s
Yay.
and 6s
What's
Plus.
the difference on? The only thing I've heard that's different is
The touch.
the camera's better.
Okay, yeah. So 12 megapixel
always
camera
look
on the
at
back
camera, those.
Yeah.
and 5 megapixel on the front, which is still, I think it's getting pretty close to what like the average like usual smartphone, like Android smartphone, has been for a while. So whatever. They still have the slow motion thing and all that. 4K is actually available on this one. I'm not sure how that works because I'm still not entirely sure how 4K cameras work.
They work
Super-
magically.
Yeah,
I have
and
no
nobody
clue.
even owns like 4K monitors, so it's like, what's the point of having?
What is it? Just like super resolution? Like
It's like
ultra
it's
mega-
it's like the highest resolution you can possibly get.
I feel like
right
they
now.
say that-
Inconceivable until
Yeah.
next
Well,
year
also like
when
even
they come up with the 4KS.
if we start getting any more like resolution, we start to like get into the area where like the human eye actually can't really tell anymore.
Yeah.
So it kind of just like that's pretty much the
just hyper realism.
You know what? I
Yeah.
honestly feel like they always just say, "Oh, it has the highest resolution." You ever see that in like commercials
Yeah,
and stuff?
yeah.
It's usually a lie.
Yeah.
Like,
All you know
yeah.
is
like,
a lie.
who really knows? Like highest resolution,
That's
like
a fair point.
oh my gosh, like
Fair point.
Okay, so also the other big thing, which seemed like something they were really trying to push, considering it's vaguely related to the Apple Watch, is the new 3D touch feature, which is like the Force Touch thing, I think is what they call it for the Apple Watch. So basically, it's a pressure-sensitive touch on the screen. The screen is actually different now. They have one that's similar to also the watch, so the watch is actually moving into the phones. So it's supposedly less likely to breakage, and it's a lot more flexible. So when you're touching it, you can like tap lightly and get one thing, but you can like press like harder or press and hold like a certain like way. I guess from what
I
I'm
don't know
reading,
how useful that is on a
Interesting.
watch.
well, on the watch, it's way more useful than a phone because you can only have so much room to do things on the watch.
Yeah.
So that's how you get to different areas. On the phone, I guess supposedly you're supposed to be able to personalize
oh,
what each
boy.
touch does. So you can kind of have like your
How
own
lazy
commands.
are people getting?
Yeah.
Like, come on.
I mean, I don't know. It's
They're
an
buying
accessibility
a watch
thing.
that does the same thing as a phone, which in reality costs a lot more than the phone.
Yeah.
So like, what? I don't really understand what the fascination is with
Well,
the
It's a
Apple Watch.
fad.
Yeah,
I
like-
we went
I
over this
feel-
last week,
People
I
wanted the
think.
next big
I-
thing.
I feel like I'm in a weird place right now with Apple because all the things that I've never really been a huge Apple person. I've always been like Android and like
Oh, we're
Microsoft
not
and all
friends
that.
now.
I'm sorry,
Yeah.
but
Apple all the way.
I'm starting to get behind like Apple things. I'm like, all right, that seems cool, but it's only the things that the Apple people are like, no, that's stupid. That's stupid. I like the watch and I like the pencil. I
You
think
like
The two
pencil.
things
Yeah,
that are probably
okay.
the most irrelevant.
we're not going
and-
to the pencil yet. Pencil, we're saving it for
Welcome
last.
aboard, ladies and gentlemen.
Saving the pencil for last. Yeah, 3D touch. You can save taps, is what it says. And you can like,
Finally.
yeah.
Save all my tabs.
I've always wanted to do that.
I guess I saw like the video of it, and like if you're looking at a picture, you can hold it a certain way to look at the picture clearer. And if you hold it like a different certain way, you can pull the picture up like full screen, and then just let go and it goes back. So it seems like a really nice like
Or
accessibility
you
thing
could
like,
just
within
tap
apps.
it to make it full screen, and then tap it a second time to exit out of full screen.
But Nick,
Yeah,
that's too
but-
hard. Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
We live
when
in
you're
the
going
21st
through
century.
it, like if just like a picture pops up in like a group chat or like your text thing, the video made it look like, all right, that makes sense. It sounds stupid, but the video made it look like you're just like holding it like, oh, that's cool, and then you go back and you just immediately go back. There's no like, it looks very, I can't. It just looks very smooth and just looks like it works really well. So I'm.
You're for it?
Yeah, I'm for it. I'm for
Okay.
it. What's next? The 12 megapixel camera, 5 megapixel front camera for FaceTime. If you do the FaceTime thing.
Did they update iOS yet, or is that even happening?
No, that comes out September. No, the new WatchOS 2 comes out September 16th. I don't know when the next iOS is coming out. They didn't talk about it. If it was coming out anytime soon, they probably would have spent like an hour talking about it. What else? Oh yeah, so they're starting to get a little impatient with the number of people using Android as opposed to iOS. So not a lot of people are really using iOS, but all those people who are using iOS are obviously using iPhones because that's the only possible way to get it, which is really the only reason why so many people have Android over that, because Android is on literally everything that's not a Windows Phone at this point. So they're starting to do some things that are related to upgrading from Android to iPhones as way of encouraging people to do it. So there's an upgrade program now, which is kind of like something they've had for a while with their computers, that you can slowly pay off the computer over a certain amount of time within the Apple Store, some sort of thing like that. It's easier for people to afford to do because their products are kind of expensive.
They'll buy your phone, so that way you get a nice like lump thing of cash to spend towards their new phone.
Well, that's what I thought this was, but then when they started looking at it, so let's see. Yeah, so it just it's a way of letting people upgrade from their old iPhone to the new iPhone. Wait, I'm reading this wrong then. So the upgrade plan is upgrading from the old iPhone to a new iPhone for
the exchange?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so
what was I looking at?
I did that over the summer with my new phone.
Yeah, I think it's like you get your.
Oh no, there's a new one that Sprint's doing, which is you pay like some money a year. I think it was like $70 a year.
Okay.
But with that $70 a year, you can upgrade your phone whenever. It's probably more than $70.
I heard that if you keep your new iPhone for like a year, you get to upgrade it to the next one if it's like relative like kept in check, not damaged or anything like that. You know, your screen can't be cracked or anything like that. But that's what I heard.
I realized now what I was actually thinking of. I got the two mixed up. They have a way of taking all like your content, all your contacts and stuff from your Android to your new iPhone. That's what I was thinking of, and I remember this because at the on the little graphic they had up there, it was like it's a very simple thing to put on there, and I'm sure there was no malicious intent in that sentence at all, but it said something to the extent of after you upgrade to your new iPhone, bring all your any Android device to Apple Store for free recycling. And just it seems like all right, that makes sense, but the way it just it looked up there just seemed snarky as hell, bring your Android here and we'll recycle it, because that's all it's good for is recycle. Fuck you, Android.
I'm sure that's exactly how it was intended, Walker.
I know, and it just it
with
made
the
me
voice
kinda
and
happy.
everything.
I'm picturing a glass.
That's my Tim
hydrochloric
Cook
acid
impression.
That just says recycling symbol. It's all right, here we go.
It's just like a trash can. There's a little basketball hoop up the top of the trash can. Tim Cook will personally come to the store and throw it in there for you. Apple TV.
Not going anywhere.
Yeah, I don't know.
Okay.
They started that market way too late.
Yeah.
I would like to see Apple brand TVs, actual TVs.
I mean, just get a 40-inch monitor and you're good to go.
Well,
But
I'm
with the whole iOS interface. I don't know.
I'm surprised they haven't gone into actual TVs.
I heard
Where
that
they're
was Steve Jobs. One of Steve Jobs' goals before he died was to make Apple brand TVs.
As we'll find out later, Apple doesn't really care about what Steve Jobs had to say anymore.
No. See, Steve Jobs coming out this fall, directed by David Fincher.
I hate how it's called Steve Jobs. Literally.
Is it really?
Better title.
It makes
Isn't
sense.
this also the third or fourth?
Yeah, didn't Ashton Kutcher just make a
nationwide
movie
sales?
about this? Was this a year ago?
Yeah, but
I think it was 2 years
the difference
Justin Long made
is
a parody video in which he plays Steve Jobs.
the difference is this one is very clearly an Aaron Sorkin movie, so don't expect it to actually be like super accurate to what happened. It's basically
The Social Network.
yeah,
but
it's like
with
the Social
Apple.
Network. It's an
Oh,
Aaron Sorkin
man.
movie, so you're really gonna enjoy it the first time you see
The
it,
Apple
and then get bored of it
Network.
real fast. And whereas Jobs was kind of a circle jerk for Steve Jobs, this one seems like it's more showing that he was kind of a dickhead. So you got two
Do they
different
already
sides
have
of the
like?
story.
Do they already have trailers out for it?
Probably,
Yeah, have you seen him?
No, I've never. This is the first time I'm actually hearing of this.
Yeah,
I
Michael
didn't.
Fassbender plays Steve Jobs. Which
Yeah.
I don't
Also,
doubt
Michael
he will-
Fassbender. I mean,
Yeah,
Michael
no, I
Fassbender.
don't doubt he'll do a good job.
He was in Frank.
He wasn't Frank.
He was also in X-Men. I want him to be the next James Bond. I'm gonna put that out there.
Really?
Because apparently, right now, like
Idris
Daniel
Elba would be
Craig's still
cool.
doing James Bond,
I
but
want
everyone's
Steve
like, who's next?
Buscemi to be the next James Bond.
Yes.
Gilbert Gottfried.
Oh God.
Oh, no.
Donald Trump.
There we go.
President by day, 00 agent by night.
Double O president.
I
All right.
do think Idris Elba would do a really good job.
So would I, but like I see a lot of people are pointing out that he's getting. By the time we get to that point, he's gonna be too old.
$20, it's just gonna be Benedict Cumberbatch because he's in everything.
There's no way, because he's too like tall and lanky and weird looking for them
They
to
should
actually
get like
cast.
an up and coming guy.
Tom Hardy.
Yeah, get a new guy.
Tom
or
Hardy was
something.
in the rumors there. I'm okay with that. I like Tom Hardy.
Have you
Rupert
seen-
Grant.
Have you seen the new?
God.
I'm just
Why
thinking
are
of
you
British
talking?
people at this point.
Have you seen the new Tom Hardy movie that's coming out? Where
Legacy.
He plays, yeah.
Yeah.
That's really cool.
Oh my God, the poster for that, The Guardian.
Oh, with the 2 stars.
Yeah, the 2 stars,
That
like
was so
right in
good.
between it. That's amazing.
That was
That's
so clever.
It looks good though. I think it
No,
looks
it
really
does.
good. I think it's
It looks really interesting.
for him like playing like both of them playing
Yeah.
both of his characters. Like they seem like very.
So it's like Jack and Jill.
yeah,
Yes.
except like
Except it's
good.
not
Yeah.
awful.
Oh,
It's
thank
like he plays
Thank goodness.
these twin brothers who were these nightclub owners in the 1960s, and they were into some shady.
Oh, I've
business
seen
and,
this trailer.
Yeah.
I
Like
don't
did
know.
you see
It
the
looks
stuff
good.
for
They're
Black
very
Mass yet?
polarizing figures,
Kind of.
It's
I
like
need to
it's
watch
like the
these trailers.
English Black Mass.
but with 2.
Yeah, it's like that's like it. When I was like reading
less creepy
the
blue
descriptions
contacts.
of both, yeah,
I
it
can't
seems
get
like
over that.
that's like the English equivalent of like what Whitey Bulger was here in America. So it's like one of those things. Crime movies
no.
everywhere.
Whitey Bulger was.
Oh, wait, no,
probably
he was
way
he-
worse. He killed way more people.
Well, no, apparently the one with the glasses was a fucking psychopath too.
He killed people, but like Whitey Bulger killed people.
Yeah, but there was
a
two of
lot
them.
of people.
All right, well, I'm just drawing connections between two movies that are
Right.
coming out in the same year.
Right. Fair enough.
So back to Apple.
Apple TV. We're going back to
Yeah.
Apple TV.
We don't really need to talk about Apple TV. I really just.
I
don't
want to
think
talk
it's gonna
about
be a
Apple TV
thing.
because I think they're doing something stupid with it.
I
Yeah,
mean,
that's
they're
all we need
already
to say is
really
Well,
it's gonna
late
be a
into the
dud.
game.
There's
Yeah,
a whole
like-
there's a whole lot of aspects to the Apple TV here. So I've actually used an Apple TV before, a house set for someone who had an Apple TV. It's awesome. Like I mean, if you don't have like an Xbox or something, it's a great way to have like all your Netflix, all your
But
YouTube.
so is Roku, which is like $50.
Yeah, which is like
And
the
way
same thing.
cheaper.
But
Yeah.
yeah, so when it comes to anything Apple, they're doing something that's good, but for more expensive than something else. So it's like, but people buy the iPhone,
Because of brand loyalty.
yeah,
Yeah.
which is the same reason people would use this over like a Roku or something. So
No, but there's like
No.
a $250, $300 difference between a Roku and Apple
Yeah,
TV.
and I know people who would buy. Like, I actually know people personally that have bought in my own family.
And the other
have bought
thing,
Roku's over Apple TVs
I was
because
gonna say
of that
the other
exact
thing
reason.
is I feel like
Breaking
they're
news.
trying to get
Lucy
with the
Kitchen is
movement.
now fashion.
They call it cutting the cord, which is just like
Yes.
no more cable. And the people who cut the cord the most often are millennials. And millennials, we are cheap people. So
Yes.
we'd rather spend $50
Which
for the
is
Roku
true.
Yeah.
than $300
Kinda why
for
we're
the
cutting
Apple
and
the
even
TV.
when
cord
you, like you
anyway.
said, you don't have cable, but Roku can
Like,
get you Netflix,
Yeah,
Hulu,
you
and all
cut
that
you
stuff.
cut the cable.
and
You
you're
cut the
paying
cord,
what, like
so you're not paying
$7.99 for Netflix,
$70 a
and
month.
Hulu.
And
My
then
gosh, that's a good deal.
well, so yeah, so it is expensive.
So
but
it's
some of
a
the
dud.
other,
That's
some
all
other
it's
things it
expensive.
does, but it has like the Siri thing, so it has like the same functionality as like a Connect, so,
so
you
does
can
that
talk to it.
Amazon whatever the hell it's
Yeah,
called
well,
now.
I mean,
With that
Apple is
commercial
always doing something that
where
somebody
the guy's
else is
really
doing for
rude
cheaper.
and keeps cutting that poor lady off.
You can also play games on there for whatever reason. There
That's
was
allowed,
well, before it came out, there was sort of a rumor going around that this would be Apple's first like attempt to like go into gaming, but then it turned out to just be like Ouya a
Do
shitty
you know what
Ouya.
else you could do for cheaper? Steam TV version, which is already a thing.
Is that out of beta yet, though?
Yeah.
Is it?
It's just converting to HDMI. Like, it's not the console yet. There's a button that you do, or that you press, like, on the Steam homepage.
Oh, the big
and it
picture mode.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you were talking about like the actual like
No,
TV.
the console's not out yet.
Oh yeah, no,
but-
big picture mode's been out for a while.
Yeah, but like, you could just do that.
Yeah, but then you'd also, that comes down to the whole debate between console gaming and PC gaming, which is we're not getting into.
A heated debate.
Yeah,
It is a heated debate. It's a really
We
weird
truly are a
heated
divided
debate,
nation.
but we're not getting into it. So, honestly, the thing that I like the most about the Apple TV is that remote, which looks awesome. If it was like a peripheral of something else, like an Xbox or something, I would probably buy one because it's just awesome.
Wow, I like how your priorities are in check.
Yeah, the
Yeah, I know.
remotes.
You'd spend $300 for a remote.
Well, it's got like this sweet like
That's like
little
the new
touch
Tesla
screen
comes out
on
with
there
those
and like
tires.
the buttons. It's so
There's
cool.
TV remotes that have touchscreen on them now.
But it looked cool when they were playing
But
with
those don't
it.
look cool, Nick.
All right, we're done with Apple TV.
Just
I'm fighting
put
a losing battle
flame
here.
stickers on it, and that would look cool.
Yeah.
All
Let me
right.
buy a car. Let me buy tires without the car, but I don't need it, right?
The car looks cool.
Yeah.
No more Apple TV. iPad Pro.
Look at those rims, man.
iPad
24s.
Pro is them
Can I get those rims
realizing
instead
that
of the
they're
car? How
losing
much
the
does that
tablet
cost?
race and trying to make the Surface Pro 3, but an Apple.
Apple's trying
Kind
to
of.
run a race right now, and they're seriously falling behind. They like
Yeah.
started
See,
late.
Apple tried to spread into too many different things, and then the things they were originally really good at are what they're losing in the race. So now they're trying to catch up, and it's too late.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Tisk,
Well, I don't know exactly if the Apple Pro is it. There's like the obvious like comparisons you can draw between that and the Surface, but I think that it's going after someone very different that you wouldn't expect. So, and this will probably lead right into, yeah. So this is gonna lead straight into the Apple Pencil.
Oh, boy.
I think so. This whole iPad Pro, iPad keyboard, or whatever, and the Pencil are all going after a very specific crowd of people, when like creative people. So the people who are using all their Apple products for art.
I was gonna
art
say,
and
yeah,
stuff.
it's the people when we get to the Pencil, the people that's definitely geared towards, and the only people I could understand buying an $80 stylus are artists who do a lot of work goes into
Mhm.
either doing digital art or doing oil canvases and then converting that over. Like, people will literally draw an oil canvas, take a picture of it, and then use Photoshop to take the glare out and upgrade the resolution.
Mhm.
So I could see using a stylus for that. I can see using a stylus if you're a contractor. That's it.
Well, yeah. So it's exactly the same thing. The Pencil, which we'll get into more in depth, is essentially just like what the Wacom tablets have been doing for a very long time. But I think that in conjunction with the iPad Pro, is sort of offering a somewhat feasible alternative to buying like a PC designed to graphically handle all the art programs, Photoshop, whatever they use, and in addition to buying like the $300 like Wacom like screen to actually draw onto, which has all the same functionality of the Apple Pencil. I think so. The iPad Pro is $800, $799.
Surface Pro $600. People buy that instead.
We're not sponsored by them.
Yeah, no. 10 hours of battery life. It's got the typical like super fancy like what do they call it? The Apple screens. They have like a specific name for like the
It's Retina screen.
Retina screens. So they have that super fancy thing too. So Apple screens are absolutely stunningly gorgeous. They're beautiful, right? I mean, we can all agree on that.
Yeah.
So, and the keyboard just
Visually pleasing, I guess.
the keyboard
They're
is
just, you know.
They look cool.
yeah. The keyboard's kind of shitty. It's just a keyboard and it costs like $169. But I guess I mean
The
there's no-
Surface Pro 3 comes with one.
yes, it does. But have you ever used it?
Surface
Yeah, it's
Pro
okay.
For when you're
It's
on the go.
awful. It's awful. This one actually looks like
Do you know
closer
what else
to
comes
my
for
keyboard
free
on my
the
computer.
Surface Pro? A stylus.
Yeah, but it's but there's the okay. So let's go
With the
to
jugular.
let's go to the pencil.
Calling
Boom.
it out, Apple.
The pencil is not a stylus.
No,
pencil is
because
not a
Steve Jobs
stylus.
in like 2007 was like, "We will never use styluses. God made fingers." That's a quote from him. And now
Yes.
they have a stylus.
It is not a stylus. The Apple Pencil is not a stylus. If you buy how much is the Apple Pencil? How much is it?
$80.
It's $99.
$79.99.
If you buy a $90 stylus, if you have zero intention to use the Apple Pencil to draw, to do anything remotely creative, and you buy that thing just so you can fucking type LOL to your
I see
girlfriend,
people buying this for their kids.
You
to
are
draw on their
stupid.
iPads.
You know people do that too.
Yeah.
They're going to do that.
they
Yeah.
need to. I think they really need to clarify that the Apple Pencil is not a stylus. The
You
Apple
can
Pencil.
clarify all day. People are
The
gonna, like,
only
buy it.
way that the stylus is or the Apple Pencil is impacting the everyday consumer is so much money in research and development went into it that the iPhones are now more expensive.
No.
End of story.
Okay, so Apple Pencil.
Mic drop, even though they're connected to the.
Yeah, please don't drop them. We already dropped one and broke it last
We did.
year.
That's true.
The Apple Pencil is a tool. The Apple Pencil is a accessory
It's
to.
a $90 tool.
It is a $90 tool. Do you know how much like the Wacom pens cost? They're not cheap. Some of them can be like $70.
Useless.
No. So okay, it's. I'm obviously fighting a losing battle trying to.
We're debating about styluses.
It's
it's
not
just to
a
the point-
stylus.
Everything Apple has unveiled this year, somebody has made a better product for cheaper.
Exactly.
That's
Yes.
the bottom line of this
Yes.
entire conversation.
And if you're a smart
Kind of.
human being, keyword smart, you won't buy a 90. If you can get something that does the same quality cheaper,
Conformist assholes.
then why would you buy?
Because okay, so the Apple Pencil at this point only makes sense with the iPad Pro. Those two
It
things.
only works with the iPad Pro.
Okay, then yeah. So then that
It
makes
doesn't
sense.
even work. It doesn't even function as a stylus because it only works with the
Great
iPad
job,
Pro.
So I'm obviously
So it's
fighting.
even worse than a
I'm fighting a losing battle
stylus.
trying to describe why the
Wait.
Apple Pencil and the iPad Pro together are actually a good
So-
thing and the
so-
only good thing they unveiled.
Side note, Nick, why did you say like contractors would be?
Because they do a lot of on-the-job things,
for
or like
schematics.
not so not for like building a house from scratch, but when it comes to things like, my parents renovated their house and are in the process of renovating their house. The guy, while he was there, like had a tablet, and he was going through, and whenever my parents were saying like, "Oh, we want to change this," he was like doing like a rough sketch of like a diagram of what it would look like.
Yes. Yes.
But he did that just fine with a tablet.
Yes. But here
But he would
here's
have done it even finer.
but here's
if
where
he had an
here's
Apple
where you also
Pencil.
come. I've noticed that a lot of times, despite the cost, iPhones and iPads are sort of the thing that gets accepted within like corporate, industry sort of things more so than other things for whatever reason. Even though they're more expensive, I could see this in areas like that becoming the Apple Pencil and the iPad Pro, but becoming like an actual industry standard within within some place that actually uses those things. Not to mention that it's an actual alternative, a portable alternative at that, to the setup for like digital artists who have to buy a big computer, have to buy the big screen.
Well, no, because
and the
digital
pen.
artists, they can take the equipment they have with them on the go and plug it into any computer.
Well, not necessarily. So, depending on what they are doing, because I know that on my computer, I don't have like a computer designed for doing anything graphical in the slightest. And I used to have like one of those things that I would just like scribble on. And there was a point where I couldn't do like much of a high resolution or any detail after so many layers because my computer would just crash. And Apple stuff has been pretty good with like handling that sort of thing for
when
a
it
while.
comes to that sort of stuff, like, I forgot which company it was, but they just gave the okay to start making an 8 gig RAM phone, which is ridiculous. Like, that's most phones run on either 2 or 4 gig RAM. The most like PCs run at 8 gigs at this point. So we're talking about a cell phone that has the processing power of like a brand new laptop.
Yes. But
so that's not really an issue anymore with new technology.
But also, you have to factor into that. The iPad Pro has a massive screen, which makes it easier to see their details and all their colors and all that. I think you guys can like call like bullshit on me
Wait,
all
aren't
you
like,
want
against Apple? Like, why are you defending them?
because I actually think this is a smart decision on their part. You can say that you can call me stupid for saying this right now, but I am willing to bet that sometime in the future we're gonna see this iPad Pro, iPad Pencil thing be very successful within certain like groups of people, and enough so that they continue to
guarantee within 90 days some third-party Chinese manufacturing company is going to make a $40 version of the pencil.
They are, but
I
it's not
guarantee
going
it.
to be Apple, which is the biggest draw there.
But I'm
I
just
think-
saying, like, it's needlessly expensive.
Sure, but that's kind of just Apple's thing. They've always been sort of needlessly expensive in
But
certain areas.
it's a stylus that only is compatible with one thing.
Yes, but when you buy like one of the big Wacom tablets that has the big screen, you're also buying a stylus that is only compatible with that thing.
No.
Yes.
Can we move
I mean,
on, please?
Do you?
This
I
is,
don't
like,
think you're
kind of-
understanding what I'm
I
saying
understand
here.
what you're
Super
talking
repetitive.
about, but it's just all right. Yeah, let's listen to
I have
Steve
a
and move
talking
on to
point. It's a small one. Today's Louis C.K.'s birthday. Happy birthday, Louis C.K.
Oh,
Uh,
I think
because
it's
he's
Lucy K.
listening.
Yeah, honestly.
I don't know. Whatever. It beats talking about a piece of fucking
but-
plastic that you touch on a phone. Who
That's,
gives a shit?
not on a
it's-
phone, only on an
I
an
think
iPad Pro.
It's an important thing because it's technology and could potentially be. It's going to be successful.
No.
Do you
It's
think
going to
it's
be
gonna be
It's
successful.
so
successful?
hard.
I do.
to call it
Okay.
a
I do.
Pencil.
You know what I
Why
think?
do you call it a pencil?
Because if he said stylus. Oh, that's the other thing. It's just one more. When he announced that they had a pencil, or like
Yeah,
when
that
he
was good.
showed the stylus, people like kind of clapped, and then he's like, "We call it the Apple Pencil." People started bursting into laughter when he announced it, and his face was like so disappointed in that,
Oh,
and
But
that
they-
just made my like I was so happy when that
Okay,
happened.
yeah.
I don't know
That
what
was
people
hilarious.
expected.
Bottom
honestly.
line
What do you
is
want them to
it's
call
gonna
it?
sell.
Bottom line, it's a
But
stick.
it's a pencil.
It's a
It's gonna
stick,
sell.
people.
Apple's going to make money. I agree with you
Right.
to the
Yes.
point. The fact that it's
no,
going to
yeah,
become.
they're still gonna be
It's gonna
a
sell. It's
massive
gonna sell well.
corporation.
It's
Yeah.
going to sell,
But
and I think it deserves to sell well.
it's
I
gonna
think
sell.
This
It's only
is good.
the only thing is that it's gonna sell to a specific audience of people who are
Yes.
gonna
And
take
old
that.
Yes.
people trying to.
Yeah.
I feel like that a lot of old people are gonna get scammed into buying that Apple Pencil.
I don't even think some old people know how to use technology.
Maybe, but
and I'm
only
that's what I'm
because
saying,
I don't
like-
think I think there's going to be too many people working at Apple stores that aren't going to understand the best like application of
I
such
bet
a
you
device.
even the people at Apple designers don't have the Apple Pencil. I'll
That's
bet
probably
you
it.
I
that.
bet they don't even have iPhones. They
Yeah.
probably have some like.
They'll probably
hardcore,
have
like,
somebody
next level
else.
Shit, because they're in the
They're running
Illuminati,
Linux
they're
on their cell
corporation,
phone.
they control the world.
Well, if you work for Apple at that like high position, you can afford to buy like some
Yeah.
like the best you
They
could
probably have
possibly buy.
cybernetic implants that allow them to be like telekinetic. I
Yeah,
don't know.
they're just actually
Don't trust
telekinetic.
corporations.
Steve,
Don't
do you
trust
believe in the
bankers.
Illuminati?
No, I think
Okay.
bankers control the world and the politics. That's a whole other. That's
You mean
That's a whole other
politicians?
No, the politics.
The politics.
Like,
Like
themselves
like
that-
the band that changed their name to the New Politics. They
Sure.
control the world. Good
This
for them.
this week was the 20th anniversary of Pinky and the Brain.
I
That's
saw
Oh,
that,
that's
yeah.
great.
That makes you feel old.
Everyone
I
go
love
onto
Pinky and the Brain.
SoundCloud and look up Kanye and the Brain. It's pretty good.
It was awesome.
That'll be his campaign.
Yeah.
2020, Kanye for president.
2020.
Man.
Is he still doing that? Is he still doing
Yeah.
that?
I mean,
He got Jay-Z to
Whatever.
back
I mean,
him.
if Donald Trump is running, I mean,
He
can we
got-
I mean, I don't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's the
Taylor
presidency.
Swift said she would back him up as long as she was the vice president. So
Oh.
so you know
See,
they're taking it
the
seriously.
thing that I
Wow.
find hilarious about Kanye running for president is everyone's like,
Is
if
that
Kanye's
Kanye's running for
president,
president?
yeah, no, it's like if Kanye's president, whatever. But think of who the first lady would be.
That's exactly what
Yeah.
I
a
thought.
Kardashian.
Do
would
you
be
really
the
want
first
the
lady,
Kardashians
and that
in the
can't
White House?
happen.
It'll be the
They'll
first
turn it
time in
into a
history
reality
that
show.
the first lady has had a sex tape.
Well,
No.
the
That we
first
know
lady
of.
has a leaked sex
No.
tape.
Yes.
That we
This
know.
is
of.
the way to put
well,
it.
no, I
Yeah.
think sex tape implies that it's something that has gotten out.
No, a sex tape is a film of people having sex.
Yes, but when you use like the connotation,
I don't think so.
publicly known
But what's
and
the sex-
released.
That's
what's
what we
the sex
said,
tape made
yeah.
with an Apple Pencil? Is the question.
I don't
You better be
think that-
prepared to eat that dick when this pencil is successful.
What dick?
The pencil. They have one that's.
Yeah,
No,
Okay.
All
and
right,
attach two
whatever.
balls to the
So-
end of it and shove it right down your throat. Because I am right.
Okay.
no, you're not.
I am. Just you wait.
I'm just still waiting for what's it called? Swish. That's the name of his new album.
Oh yeah.
It's not God.
I don't know.
It's that was so dumb. He's like,
yeah,
oh, by the way,
I-
it's called Swish.
You know
and I
what?
don't know what's coming out. What's coming out?
Who are we talking about?
Kanye.
Okay, Kanye. Okay.
It's
He-
Steve
he-
talking. It's either Kanye or
Kendrick Lamar.
yeah.
He did a
Aw.
medley on Stephen Colbert, and it was so badass.
Who?
'Cause Kendrick Lamar.
Oh, I didn't see
He did
it.
a medley of like a bunch of To Pimp a Butterfly songs.
Oh, really?
It's fucking
Dang,
badass.
I
Listen
missed
to that
that.
album, people. It's so good.
I don't get to watch TV as much as I do.
But yeah, I don't know.
It's because radio's better.
I don't know,
Obviously.
yeah,
Yeah.
even though there's no money yet.
Yeah, well.
Yeah, I don't know. Kanye's a
Kanye's,
bag now.
dude, I don't know.
I
Like,
don't even listen to him anymore, honestly.
no,
People think I love him.
after Yeezus, I was just
You
like,
do.
oh boy,
Yeah.
I can't.
Was
I
Yeezus the
like
one with the
Runaway.
teddy
I think
bear?
Runaway's a great song.
No,
I like
the
New
Teddy Bears was his
Slays,
first three
the
albums.
parody
Oh,
Christmas
yeah.
album. It's pretty good.
He there's a Death Grips Christmas album.
Oh god. There's
That's funny.
oh, who was it? Afro Man has a Christmas album, Occult 45 Christmas. It's got Violent Night. It's got Lick My Balls. It's pretty good. Instead of Deck the Halls.
There was I was looking up something FCC related the other day, and I saw that someone like some radio station like censored, but it was like a super like conservative one, and they were trying to like censor like the cult for that one,
Okay.
and they were trying to censor that, but it was like one, they're trying to play that song in like the super conservative thing where they're trying to be super family friendly. So by the time like they'd finished censoring every single word, there was like maybe like they pretty much just censored the entire song, and
A
it
lot
kind of
of
defeated
ands
the
and
purpose.
does.
It sounded
Somebody
ridiculous. It was
did
just like,
a supercut of like the album Straight Outta Compton, where the only cut like they cut out all the cuss words and just combined all the cuss words together for a supercut. It was like 7.5 minutes
That bad.
of only cuss words. Like,
Oh my god. Have any of you seen Straight Outta Compton?
No.
Yeah, I've
Is it
seen it.
good?
It's really good. None of you seen
I
it?
It's-
hear,
it's
I
here.
hear, like,
We should go
praise
see
of
it.
What?
Dr. Dre, even though he like hit women.
Yeah.
And like
yeah.
they like conveniently
yeah, they
glaze
missed a
over
lot
that.
of parts,
Yeah.
right?
Well,
But
I
here's
mean-
the way I looked at it. You know, if you're gonna make a movie about yourself, why wouldn't you make yourself look good?
It
Yeah.
wasn't about him though.
Yeah.
It was about
Yeah,
NWA.
I get it. I
but
get it.
he was like one of like the big like forces behind
Yeah.
making the movie. He's not gonna.
No one's gonna make
sure
themselves. I don't think anybody who makes a movie
Was
about
the
themselves
sound done
is
with
gonna,
Beats Audio?
Probably, yeah.
Probably.
Apple probably got a good percentage of it.
Honestly, I don't care how like
I bet
accurate
they
it
have,
was, as
like,
long as it
product
was
pla- like
entertaining.
hidden product
I mean, I
placement.
thought
of
it
the
was a
album.
good.
Fans,
It was
I
still.
think they should have made it a little more accurate.
Social
I think
Network wasn't even like remotely
Yeah, Social
accurate.
Network was it was inspired by the book written by the guy who got dicked over, so that's why it was super one-sided.
Yeah, I'm like 100% certain that Mark Zuckerberg is not like that quick-witted and cool of a person.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe an asshole, but not like yeah. But that's So we're gonna. I told you we were gonna eventually come full circle around to this whole communist thing.
Here we go, people.
Let's go.
I'm just gonna.
Buckle up.
I'm just gonna read the
Strap
we
our
go.
seatbelts.
Get ready for Walker versus the World.
Oh boy.
giant head from Vladimir Lenin statue unearthed in Berlin.
Ah.
So that
Yeah.
big statue that was like infamously torn
Yeah.
down, they just like buried it. They like the head was left in one piece, but everything else was just broken into like 130
That's probably how
pieces
they
or
really
something
felt
like
about
that.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, definitely.
they
Gosh.
dug out the head, left everything else down there. They were very specific about that. They were like, everything else is still down there. Don't worry, we just brought out the most important part, the recognizable face of Vladimir Lenin, and they're gonna put it on display somewhere.
That's pretty cool, though.
Yeah.
There's
yeah.
a movie people should see. It's a German film. It has English subtitles. Don't worry. It's
Thank
called,
goodness.
it's called Goodbye
I can't live
Lenin.
without the subtitles.
And it's like a comedy / kind of depressing movie about this. It's about like East and West Berlin, and this woman had a heart attack and went into a coma right before the wall came down.
Oh man.
So she was in a coma for like 3 years or something, and she wakes up and doesn't know that like the wall came down and East and West Germany or Berlin are like together again, and the world is it's such a drastically different place. But they were told if she has any kind of excitement and she gets a heart attack, she'll die. So they have to keep it a secret from her. Like her
Wow,
kids have to keep it a
that's
secret the
insane.
whole time.
Oh my god.
And one of the major parts of it was like she was walking around and she was looking for the Lenin statue and like couldn't find it
Oh.
Wow.
because she got out of the
There
house
it
and she
is.
saw like a Coca-Cola billboard and was like, "Why do we have Coca-Cola?" So they had to make like
Why do
fake
we have
news
some
reports.
Coca-Cola?
That's like a slightly less version of like the Captain America, how he got frozen
Yeah, it
for
was-
70 years
it was
and he
a
moved
really
into
good
like a
movie.
completely
It
different
sounds
world.
like a kind of messed up like
It's
Truman
really
show.
funny, but really depressing at like a couple parts.
I couldn't imagine doing that, like waking up like 3 years later, like and being like, oh my gosh, like everything's different, not knowing
world's
how
different.
to talk.
It's like if you went in a coma, wake up, and Donald Trump's president.
Yeah, I'd be like,
Oh.
oh my gosh.
Can I take the coma, please?
Can I get
yeah.
checked into
Can
the psych ward, please?
can I get that coma package again? I really like that.
With
Can I
the-
go back and vote?
With the exception of Donald Trump becoming president, if you went into a coma right now and woke up 3 years from now, what happened in those 3 years to make the world then that like as drastic a change as
different.
that? What do you think would happen?
I mean,
Like realistically.
The
A
Apple
war.
Pencil 2.
Apple Pencil 2.
And the world is beautiful. It's sunshine and
No.
rainbows. The world looks like an iPhone.
I don't know. In 3 years,
Yeah.
I would like to see more like I don't know. I would like to see Tesla like improve on their shit. I want to see like Powerwall. I don't know. Like 3 years is not a very long time.
Yeah. I'd imagine I'd wake up and go home to Copper Beach and it's just an utter wasteland.
Yeah. I feel like 10 years is a little bit more accurate
Yeah.
if we go like 10 years.
Oh, did you guys
Well, yeah,
see? He was on
but-
Stephen Colbert and he was like, "You could terraform Mars if you like." bombed
Yeah.
it."
Yeah.
I was like,
So-
"You mother."
It's
Colbert called him a supervillain
I
for
know.
yeah,
He
it sounds like a
is.
very
He's
super
awesome.
villain thing, but
I would
like
love to have him as my supervillain.
anyone who's like looking into terraforming Mars at this point is sort of grasping at straws of ideas. So anyone but then anyone who is actually grasping at the straws is doing far more than anyone else is because nobody else is really
I don't
doing
know,
anything.
I just feel
to
like
strive
Elon
to-
Musk is going crazy at this point.
Yeah, but like he can. 'Cause he's the man.
Yeah.
But going crazy is still like he's still fucking
Like,
smart.
he spent like 10 or 15 million dollars to like make a coalition of people against artificial intelligence because
Which-
he's actually terrified of Skynet.
I
Like,
mean,
It's
dude,
which
if I
makes
was
sense
Elon Musk,
though.
I would do much weirder shit.
Isn't Stephen Hawking part of that too?
I think so.
Because if you
Which is
really
funny
think about it,
because,
like if something like
never mind.
because
But he's not being featured on the new Pink Floyd album. Sorry, people.
realistically,
It's a gripe I have.
I think that coalition makes sense because if by some chance someone actually does create that sort of thing, and it, like we're surrounded by
Are we just
technology.
gonna go back into the Ultron talk we had last
We're
week?
gonna-
I would love to sit in on a meeting of
Just
those people.
the short of
Like,
it,
I really hope there's like tortilla chips at some point. And it's like, all right, people, that's a terrible Elon Musk, but he's like, all right, AI, what are we gonna do about it? And then like order Papa John's.
I think that what needs to happen is like a certain number of like restrictions in place to keep the creation of Ultron sort of things like from happening, because if something like that happens, gets out, and
I
it's
think-
malicious, the world's fucked.
all
Like
they
we
need to
don't
do
have
is,
an
like-
Avengers. We're dead. We're immediately
I mean,
dead.
we have like.
But we
nukes.
also don't have like Ultron, so that's a plus.
But they're like
Or
computerized systems hooked up to like weapon systems throughout the world. The human, we're done. Like that's it.
Yeah.
Like that's the end.
Well, look at this. Look at
that's
it
why you
this
just
way.
need to go like iRobot and put the 3 rules into every single artificial intelligence.
And that worked out so well for iRobot, didn't it?
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah,
they,
they-
didn't,
they
didn't
did
kill
great.
humans.
They won.
I like that.
I mean, they won in the end, but
won.
after like the insane like AI set like a robot army out.
But they
onto-
never killed the humans. They just subdued them. So that's,
I mean,
that's
still,
a
but they
plus.
were. I don't trust the. I don't know what an AI is gonna do when it like becomes sentient. They're gonna like look back and just like go like they're gonna pull through in like 5 minutes the
I
entire
love
history
that
of like
Mario one though.
yeah they're gonna go through that. They're gonna see
There's
that.
a computer program working on making like a sentient Mario, and it'll like run around, and when it's hungry, it'll go jump for coins and stuff. And it learned that it was killing Goombas and felt sad that it was killing Goombas by like landing on them.
They're gonna look back and see that experiment, and that's gonna be like that Mario is gonna be like the poster child for like the AI revolution.
And then we're gonna have to make like so Mario's gonna end up taking over the world, and we're gonna have to make like a Luigi AI to like stop him.
We-
And it'll
he-
be the vision.
That AI will probably turn evil, but either way, I think artificial intelligence in itself is a dangerous tool. I mean,
Yes. See, he knows what's
there
up.
are some things man shouldn't mess with,
Yes.
And
and
AI, Apple Pencils.
There you go.
Only two.
Hey,
Only two.
hey,
there you
hey.
go.
Maybe
Apple Pencil-
AI,
Steve has
maybe
the
Apple
right idea.
Pencil is gonna bring about.
Black magic, sure. Apple
The-
Pencils, never.
never the black
Dark arts.
the wizard throwing
Go
the
crazy.
meat.
Oh, yeah.
What was that from?
It was from Walking the Plains.
Oh, and it was on news. Is that happen? Like, does he do that a lot?
What?
Like,
Make
get
it
on the
news?
get on the news
No.
On the
because he's just like
playground.
this dude dressed in like a wizard robes, like wandering around.
No, it was the first time it happened.
Oh. What a great time for it to be the first time to happen,
Yeah.
throwing just raw meat onto a playground.
Onto a playground, yeah.
Yeah. How long have we been going here? About 45. Oh, does anybody else have any points?
I don't.
Sounds like a bunch
Too
of
much
size.
what is else? I don't know. What else is interesting is going on in the world?
Not music-wise, like I know this is a great year for
Miley went to
music,
the
like
VMAs.
September through
Oh,
December.
do
Oh,
not
God.
get me started on that.
I didn't
let's
even.
get you
I don't
started.
watch the
Don't.
VMAs anymore.
I didn't watch it at all. Why did you?
I watched it, so not for Miley, but I wanted to see the awards, but just to the VMAs in general. I'm not even gonna talk about this for long, but it was probably one of the worst VMAs in the history of the VMAs. From Miley to the performances to the awards, it was all around.
What was the thing? I heard something about Miley and Nicki Minaj getting
Real
into
quick,
something.
yeah,
I don't know what that was.
Real
about,
quick,
but-
it all started when Nicki Minaj said about her Anaconda video didn't get nominated for Best Video because they were all showing skin. Taylor Swift, and they were talking about they brought the whole racism thing into the whole context. And Nicki basically was saying, why isn't my video in for doing the same thing Taylor Swift's doing, which is basically showing body and stuff like that in both their videos. So Taylor misconstrued the argument. They got in, they made up. Then Miley got on the radio and said, oh, well, that's just Nicki being Nicki because she's selfish, blah, blah, blah.
Oh, God.
And then Nicki confronted her when she accepted her award at the VMAs. Nicki said, Miley, what's good? You, blah, blah. I don't want to say the word, but
Yeah.
I think we said worse here, unless that's like something specific.
No, just you. You've said worse.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's basically me. Hey, Goose pushed it too.
What?
He pushed the bar for swearing on this podcast.
He did.
Oh,
This is the
yeah.
internet. We're allowed to do whatever we want. We can say whatever we
Yeah.
want as long as it's not
light
racist.
everything on fire.
Yeah.
There's no rules.
No
Put your shirt
rules.
back on.
There's
There's
one
one rule.
Please, nobody take their shirts off in here. It'll get. Oh
Oh.
no! Oh my goodness!
The best shirt to take off.
I know. So let's get into, since we don't really have a whole lot left here. Let's get into what have we been watching, what have we watched, what have we been listening to, what have we been playing. It's also one of our things. What media have you been partaking in within this past week?
I have 3 songs. One is the first song that Eric has showed me that I've actually liked. It's Danger High Voltage by Electric Six, the Soul Child remix though.
Yeah.
I haven't even heard the
know-
original
yeah,
version.
I don't know what the original is.
The second one I already talked about, Kanye and the Brain on SoundCloud.
That's a real
Pretty
song.
fantastic. It's a mashup.
Oh, okay.
The third one, the band is like okay, but the band name was Dan Aykroyd, which is like an amazing name, so I played them on my show. Like they're not bad.
It was really
But-
heavy.
Yeah, it was a pretty heavy. If you're into like heavier rock, check them out.
It was a good name though.
Yeah.
Me? Okay. Well,
So
What have
Walker,
been
let's move on to.
watching? I have one more episode of season 2 of True Detective. It's as good as everyone's saying. It's not great. I like it. There's good performances, but like the plot isn't nearly as good as season 1. I just finished Batman Arkham Knight. I liked it a lot. Arkham City was better though.
You played it?
Ooh.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't get to play it.
I mean, you're gonna let me borrow it next, right? I mean, you got a hard copy, don't you?
And that's a
If
You're
you-
you're
if
gonna
you
be playing
sign-
Destiny for the next
If
lifetime.
you sign
so.
a contract with a real pencil saying the Apple Pencil sucks, I might consider it.
Oh,
That's my only.
I don't know if I can do that.
But yeah, I finished Arkham Knight. It was fun. It was pretty quick, but yeah, super fun. And what I've been listening to, let's see. Well, one of them is also a song recommended to me by the great
Oh,
Eric
man.
Axton. It's King Crimson, Starless. King Crimson is a progressive rock band from the 70s, and like the way Eric describes them to me is imagine Pink Floyd's fucked up cousin, and that's a pretty accurate description of this band. But yeah, Starless by King Crimson. This other song, it's sort of like folk alt country, I guess. It's called The World Ender by Lord Huron, and they're a Michigan-based band. They're really good. What else? Kurt Vile's got a new album I'm excited about. Dead Weather put out a really okay single. Thanks, Jack.
I've been listening to you and Eric just be so like
So
really wanting to be excited for this.
When I was in high school, I loved Jack White, and now it's just like, oh, okay.
You both like keep playing them at your shows, and every time you do, you're both just like, yeah, it's Dead Weather. Yeah, I mean that's what this
I mean,
is.
at least he's back in
It doesn't
Dead
sound
Weather.
exciting at
The
all.
problem with that band is like it's got so much potential, but they don't use it ever. Like they have the potential to be like this super, just heavy, like blues rock band, but They just.
What was
So-
They
the
just
song that you
don't.
played this week? Because
I feel love every million. That's the one I'm talking about.
yeah, because that was the one that I heard you play on your
Yeah.
show, and like their riff sounds like they started it and then they just stopped.
Yeah, like every song sounds like it's got the potential to be a really good song, but just isn't.
It falls flat.
And it's like, God,
What
Does
if
it fall short
what
of
if
your
when they released
expectations?
what?
Does it fall short of your expectations? Like every time you hear them, it's just like,
I mean, like some of their songs. Are
So
really
how
good.
immediate is the disappointment in the song?
Yeah.
Is it like, oh, okay, yeah,
Yeah.
all right?
That's what I'm
oh,
talking
oh.
about, yeah.
No, it's more
Or
like,
is it like-
oh, okay, oh.
ah,
It's like one.
real
notch
quick.
higher.
Yeah.
Alison Mosshart's vocals on it are, I would say, a lot better than the recent releases. But yeah.
I have a
like-
question for you, Steve.
Yes.
If the Dead Weather does a cover of the White Stripes, is it still a
That would
cover?
never happen. He's a freak.
Yeah,
he,
I know.
He would like. He covers White Stripe stuff as solo, but I don't think he would do like cross band covers. And even if it would just be like, I don't even know what that would be, because Jack's the drummer, but Meg's drumming was so like simplistic. I don't know. I don't know. That'd be
Well,
weird.
she was told to be a shitty
Yeah.
drummer, so.
And then everyone shits on her.
Yeah.
But it's
Wow.
like, no, she was told to do that.
He was literally like, if you play the drums well, I'm kicking you out
She's
and
not
starting a new
musician.
band.
She was a bartender. She had no musical experience before she married Jack White, and then he's like, "Hey, let's form a band, but pretend we're brother and sister.
Yeah.
But first, let's get divorced."
Yeah. He's an interesting dude.
Meg
He
White
is.
does her own music now, though.
So if you had an opportunity,
Yeah, well, she has before. It's not like it's
It's
got
not
its
bad. Like she's a
yeah, it's not
decent
horrible. It's
vocalist.
so
actually
as weird
like
as he is, if
pretty
you had an
okay.
opportunity to sit down with him for an hour in front of the mic, would
That'd
you
be-
do it?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Oh my God.
What
yes.
if the demand was the guacamole? Like, would you make that guacamole for him?
I would make a barrel of that guacamole, man.
What are those called? The things that bands give to
Riders.
yeah, writers. That's the word I was looking for. What if he gives you like a ridiculous writer for like coming on this show?
7 antelope skeletons that I can make into art. Okay.
We could arrange that.
Yeah.
I think.
Like fucking.
could you?
Like an
For
army
Jack
of
White,
peacocks
sure.
Give it a
that,
shot.
Like dance on command.
He asks for the Allosaurus like dinosaur skeleton that's going
Yeah.
for
He's
auction.
asking for Putin's head, like the statue of Putin.
That's why it was unearthed. He's like,
Let
I
me
put
get-
this in action. You should be able to handle the rest from here.
Yeah. Give me like any object that existed in the 1930s. Like that would be on his list.
That
Do you
probably
think-
would be on his
yeah,
list though.
because he's all like super.
My
butthurt
dad
about,
watches
like,
American
iPhones.
Pickers.
Yeah, he was on it.
And yeah, apparently he loves that kind of
Dude,
stuff.
American Pickers is awesome.
That's a pretty cool show.
It's an awesome show.
I like the
don't
stuff
care
they
what you're
find.
talking-
I hate the two people that are on it.
What are you talking about? This guy's what Frank and what was the other guy's
God,
name?
the whole first season was
What
just
is
them
this,
trying to
show
make
on what,
honey badger
History
jokes.
Channel.
Yeah,
They go
it's
around to like
oh.
hoarders and like, we'll buy your old stuff and sell it.
very eccentric.
Like, there's really cool
items.
stuff they find, but
Yeah, it's a neat little interesting history.
I just don't like
show.
the people.
I like it. I think it's all right. I haven't watched it in
Like
forever.
if I hear him go, "Oh wow!" like
Oh,
one more
you know
time.
that
That's
stays.
the best
To do
part.
that, though.
Yeah,
I know.
Have to be like-
Wow.
The
More-
worst
more
one is
energy.
my dad watches the show
have to
about
be so
the
much
metal
surprised.
detector
Yeah.
people. They are the biggest idiots like I've ever seen in my life.
Wait, what?
These two people, they like the same channel. Is it History Channel? I
Yeah,
don't even
yeah.
know.
I mean,
They
do
have
all
one where
that.
it's these two metal detector guys just go around and like metal detect and find old stuff, but they're like the biggest idiots. Like they were freaking. They're like, "Oh my god, a button from 1890," and they were like losing their shit. And like 5 minutes later, they find like a coin from like the 1800s, and they're like, "Yeah, it's not a button though." They're like, "It doesn't tell a story like the button
Can I
does."
fasten my shirt with this coin? Then what's the point?
And they just bury it.
Yeah.
I'm getting messed
Wow,
I
up.
saw
way
it
to-
on the rider too. I would like one button from the 1800s, circa 1875, and I'll play like one like riff from a song.
All right. It's your turn.
Oh man, I've been watching a lot of. I restarted How I Met Your Mother. I've been
Oh,
watching
okay.
that a lot.
Ooh.
I actually started watching this show, Criminal Minds.
That's a good one.
I
I,
heard,
like
I
Criminal
heard
Minds.
people said it was really good, so I started watching that. Music wise, I bought the new Weekend album not because of the single, because a friend actually let me listen to the album before, and I thought it was really, really good. It actually had more personable stuff than his first album, which was trash. I listened to Frank Sinatra, "Swingin' Affair"
I
last
knew you were gonna say Frank
week.
Sinatra.
Yeah, I had to put Frank in there. So "Swingin' Affair," great album in my opinion. And then last, but certainly not least, I don't know if many people heard, but his name is Ben Harper. He's more of like he's an indie
Yeah, I've
artist.
heard of him.
Yeah, and I was listening to his debut album like yesterday. So check those out if you're interested in any of those.
Is that it?
Yeah. Oh, and the song I wanted to say about "Waiting on an Angel," great song from that album.
Okay, Waiting
Yeah.
on an Angel.
You bring a lot of class to this conversation. We're talking about like Jack White and like Kanye in the Brain, and then you bring in like Frank Sinatra.
Some actually like
Yeah.
suave.
To balance it out.
Yeah, and then I'll come over here
We're
and just
good mix,
completely
guys.
tip it into the completely unacceptable
God.
territory.
Get ready to start booing Walker for his suggestions.
All right, so I'm gonna start with music because I haven't really listened to anything new, but I keep listening to the same stuff because I can't stop thinking about when it's gonna come out. So Dale Earnhardt Jr. is
They
not
changed
their name.
their name.
Yeah,
right?
they're Junior now. But I keep listening to their new song, and every time, the more I listen to it, the more I like it.
Just like
Which is kind
Say
of-
Hi to Your Mother for Me changed their band name to just Say Hi.
Yeah. But my relationship with Dale Earnhardt Jr., although it's Junior now, is that like when I first hear all the stuff, I'm like, oh, that's really good. But then the more I listen to it, I just keep liking it more and more and more. So I've been listening to this one single from their new album, which is called Gone, and I just keep liking it more and more every time I hear it. And I can't bear waiting for this album any longer because they've been talking about like releasing an album for like a whole year now, and they're like, oh yeah, now we're doing it, and I can't wait. Also, Dave Matthews Band has been disappointing because they have been.
Sounds about right.
Shut up. They've been filing like copyrights or whatever for newer songs, and there's only one of the newer songs that I actually liked, and it was called "Virginia in the Rain."
It does rain in Virginia.
Yeah,
That's,
they didn't.
That's true.
They didn't.
Can confirm.
They didn't
Yeah.
file
Dave
anything for that
Matthews.
one. Instead, they filed the stuff for whatever. I don't know what the paperwork is, but they filed stuff for all these songs that sucked that they've been unveiling new things. So my excitement for the new Dave Matthews album has been slowly declining to the point where I'm not exactly excited anymore.
What Jack White is to Steve, Dave Matthews is to
me.
Walker.
Yeah,
I guess, yeah.
Dave
That makes
Matthews.
sense.
And he's been bringing out the piano.
Except Steve doesn't have like 30 days worth of music of Jack
That's
White.
a lot more than 30 days. That is a lot more than 30 days.
That's disgusting. I just want to say that. Like,
It is not. I have
having
like
that much. It's not even like all different songs either. It's like 10 versions of the same song.
the different versions are
That's
are,
I
are
don't like
key.
those type of
They are key. I have just 2 like full binders of Dave Matthews shows that I am borrowing from my mother and my stepfather, who they're the ones who collected all that. They've been the ones who've been listening to Dave Matthews for the past 20 years. You can blame them for this monstrous, horrific collection
What are the odds Dennis doesn't actually like Dave Matthews and it's just been a ruse?
the whole time.
Yeah.
Just to meet my mom.
Like the first date, she was just like, I love Dave Matthews. He's like, yeah, me too. And then it's just,
they met at a Dave Matthews concert.
oh, okay.
Oh,
He got
wow.
drugged there.
God.
He went there with like someone like who's like, oh dude, I love Dave Matthews. He's like, I guess I'll go since you have a free ticket. And he goes, and he has since then has been playing this game where he's been pretending to love Dave Matthews.
I learned my parents met over tequila shots. In recent light, it hasn't been confirmed. It might have been body shots, which makes it kind of terrifying
Oh.
for me. But, you know,
Okay.
Well, let's stop talking about Nick's parents doing body shots.
Yeah.
Podcast, everyone.
Way to end on that family note. Yeah.
I'm not finished. I got one big thing to say. I'm gonna skip the watching part because I haven't really watched anything to.
you're starting
Like-
Bleach.
Yeah. Well, okay. So I started Bleach with Nick, and it's Bleach. It's it's what you'd expect from a show like that. But other than that, I haven't really watched anything that's been topping Mr. Robot because Mr. Robot is still blowing my mind to this very
God,
day.
That's been
I
your
will-
suggestion
I
3
will
weeks
rave.
in a row.
I will rave about Mr. Robot until the end of time. I will rave about Mr. Robot until the pencil is successful. The Apple
Oh,
Pencil.
I will actually like watch that show.
So you're admitting it
It
won't
is
be
so good.
successful until the end of time.
It'll always be successful.
People will forget.
Whatever. Mr. Robot, just watch it and buy an Apple Pencil. Don't buy an Apple Pencil
Don't buy an Apple
because we
Pencil.
don't we're not supported.
Buy a regular pencil.
Yeah.
I'm going straight to the playing
just
part.
as good.
You can buy a regular pencil, write Apple on it, and
You could just one dude got he had a viral picture because he literally just stabbed the eraser part of a
okay.
pencil into an apple and was like writing with it.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say something way different than that.
No.
You said viral, and I imagine internet, and you started saying sticking a pin. We're
Okay.
not gonna
No,
continue
no,
with that.
moving on.
Hey.
Okay, I'm going to the what I've been playing part, and this involves Steve.
Ooh.
Steve-O here. Steve talked about Arkham Knight or whatever. Is it Arkham Knight, the new one?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Anyhow, what are you getting next week, Steve?
Destiny, the Taken King.
Rusted Roots in the room across the hall right now, guys. I'm
my
like
God.
freaking the fuck
Oh my
out.
god! Oh my god!
So
Oh my god!
That's
No,
pretty
they're
cool.
not.
Are they on their way?
No, they're not.
What are
They're doing an interview here,
yeah,
aren't they?
at 6.
6. Okay.
yeah.
Oh,
That's
so
right.
they're on their way.
They're on their way. That's
Yeah.
really pretty cool. We should just hang out in here the whole time.
Yeah.
Oh my
Until
God.
at 6, we should show
I'm
up.
pretty
I
sure
get
the
off
people
work
over
at
there
6.
just setting up for the
Yeah.
interview.
Oh, you work today?
Yeah,
I didn't know that.
I get off at 6 though. Anyhow,
Do you want to just hang out in here at 6 and then conveniently have like something for them to? We need to see if we have like their album or something at this station.
Probably. We
like listen to like the song
have
is
the
like,
Kazam
oh
soundtrack,
hey.
Nick.
We do have the Kazam
everything.
shit soundtrack. We could just have him sign that. This is the
Uh,
closest thing we
okay,
could find.
Yeah. Anyway, I'm getting Destiny next week.
Yeah,
I'm
okay.
pretty excited.
Yeah, so Destiny, Taken
Taken
King
King.
comes
God,
out next
the
week.
challenges are
Which,
so easy now.
well, because they're
They're
welcoming in a
really
whole,
trying to like help new people
The
level up
kindergartens.
fast. So it's like last week a challenge was get 50 assists. Now it's like get 7.
Yeah, the one of the new bounties is just get a heavy kill. So
Yeah, one of them was
But-
like kill 25 hunters,
You have a
and then now it's
PS4?
just like kill 25
Xbox
people.
One.
Xbox One.
Oh, okay.
Ooh, Xbox
Uh,
One
mm.
race, not
We're-
master
we're-
race,
we're
just
ve-
a race.
We're closely
Gotcha.
getting to that PC master race though with the Xbox
Yeah, we're
One.
we're slowly getting there. Anyhow, Taken King comes out next week, which is the first big expansion to Destiny, and it is ushering in the start of year 2 of Destiny's 10-year plan.
Goodbye, Dinklebot.
Yeah.
Wait, what?
We loved
A
you.
10-year plan?
Yeah, so Destiny has like a 10-year plan where the franchise, whether that means sequels or more expansions, is going to be going on for like 10 years, which sounds like crazy, but then you
But
think
Halo's
about
been going
yeah,
on
Halo's
for
been going
more
on for
than
like 10 years,
years.
more than 10 years. So it's like that sort of situation.
I may
It's like
Bungie
Marvel
made
has
it.
plans through like 21
Yeah.
or some
Yeah.
crazy
10 years
thing
is
like
10 years
that.
is nothing at this point. So we're into year 2. Destiny dropped the 2.0 update, which added a whole bunch of new things, rebalanced a whole lot of guns, so the Thorn and Last Word Menace are gone.
Okay, we're not going to talk about
yeah.
Destiny for
Yeah.
20
Doesn't matter.
minutes on this
But
podcast.
there's one thing that I was like leading into with that. Peter Dinklage did the voice of the Ghost in
Dinklebot.
the original Vanilla Destiny, and they've
Vanilla Destiny.
yeah, that's what the like just the core game without the expansions is called. Peter Dinklage is no longer in the game. It is Nolan North doing the voice of the Ghost now, and he is super happy about the end of the world.
Oh man, I have a really messed up joke. It's not messed up. I imagine at the Bungie office there was a "You must be this tall to voice our game."
Oh my
He
god!
didn't make it.
How did Nolan North get in there though? Nolan North is like 3 times like the height of Peter Dinklage.
No, he was. Never
He's
mind.
like, you know how
He was saying
at, like, roller
Dinklage
coasters,
was too
you must be
short.
This tall,
Oh,
right?
okay.
That's right. You must be this
yeah.
tall to voice.
Gotcha.
I see.
He's a midget, everyone.
Ooh. Wait, so like does that apply? That must suck for like I mean, no offense to like I mean I'm not trying not to be offensive here, but like that's gonna suck for like
Could've fooled me.
like the short people like that who go to the parks, like
I don't think they go.
I think that's a
Oh.
little bit of worries.
yeah,
Wow,
but it's
what are
like,
you trying to say, Steve?
but it's like
Uh,
it's like you're stuck on the side of the like a 40-year-old man is stuck on the side of the line with like a 10-year-old
well, you know, they're
kid.
also not dying by falling out of the roller coaster, so you
That
take
is
the good
very
with the
true.
bad.
You gotta
Take
live on the
everything that
edge.
you have.
You gotta live on the
Facts of life.
dink ledge.
Just wear platform shoes.
Yeah, that'll work. All right, so yeah, Peter Dinklage is gone. Nolan North is in, and I am all for our new Nolan bot, superior officer. And so, Steve, Dinklage, or next week I'm going to be welcoming you into the world of Destiny.
Oh, I
Can't
have.
wait.
I almost forgot.
Yes.
I have one more game that I
Go
think
for it.
everybody should check out,
What is it?
and I'm pretty sure it's not out yet. But Star Wars Battlefront,
Oh,
that is coming
yeah.
out.
We'll see.
That's just like a given at
Yeah.
this point.
I play Star Wars
It
Battlefront
looked-
2 so much that I am so over analytical of this game
Wait,
coming
Battlefront
out.
2? Ooh. Oh,
I
yeah.
play it nonstop.
You
It's
play
one of the
Battlefront.
great-
You're
it's
saying you're
one
going to
of the
be
best
over
Star Wars games I've
analytical.
ever played.
What are you going to be
Oh.
over analytical of?
Well, it's just
over
like-
analytical of the fact that it's actually a good shooter now that plays well.
Yeah,
it's-
the
It's not gonna be the same.
The
It's
previews
just-
looked really good. They look
It looks
really
good, but it doesn't look
Oh,
like
yeah,
Battlefront.
dude, I totally
That's
No,
my
but that's what
issue.
I'm excited about. I love the fact that it looks a lot different.
I just wanted Battlefront with a new skin, like updated
But you know what would
graphics.
happen if they released like Battlefront with a new skin in like 2015? That's like, that is good. That would be an awful game if Battlefront 2 as it was released now with just like slightly better graphics but all the same functionality.
What was that
Well,
released?
It would
Yeah.
get shit on.
No, it
would
wouldn't,
absolutely
because
be shit
they
on.
did that with Halo and it was super successful. They did it with Halo 2, it was super successful. They did it with Gears of War, it's going to be
Battlefront
successful.
2
What do you mean?
came
They've
out,
been
what?
doing remastered editions of games
Oh.
nonstop
Yeah,
this
here's the
year.
difference.
Right?
Really old.
Even
Yeah.
the
Not
first
really
Halo
old.
is still a far superior, like better
Old in our
shooter
time.
than
Battlefront was
Battlefront.
still good. Like,
It didn't play well though.
Yes,
it
it
didn't
did.
Star
control well.
Wars on a PlayStation 2.
All right, we're gonna get into the Battlefront like fight here, so we're
yeah,
done.
we should
We're
probably
done.
end it.
Yeah, and it.
All right.
Thanks
Anybody
for
wa-
listening, everyone.
Anybody have anything they want to say?
just send me on my way. Hi, illiterate, I'm dead.
All right, say something.
Something.